Right now, it's a second date update. If you're not dating and you're with someone, be glad, because it's not great. And here is the case. Dear Ryan, Sisney, and Tanya, this is from Costa Mesa. Victor reaching out to us. Mm-hmm. Says, we met at a Friendsgiving. She was the plus one of a woman I know. Says, I brought a mincemeat pie, and no one would touch it except her because her grandma used to make mincemeat pies. I'm not a fan, so I wouldn't have touched it either.
Well, I don't know what it is.
He says we bonded over that, so I asked for her number. We went out a few times last month, but now when I text her, she keeps coming up with excuses.
Oh.
So what's that about? Victor, thank you for coming on and reaching out to us. So what are you texting her that she's not responding to now?
Yeah, she's just not responding to any of my texts. Like when we met, it was a Friendsgiving at my friend Lily's house, and I've known Lily since high school, and every year there are new people there. I saw her immediately from across the room. She came with a woman named Dana, who I don't know real well. Anyway, after we bonded over mincemeat pie, which I consider an underrated pie.
Yeah, no one really likes it.
Is it a dessert or do you eat it as part of the meal?
Here it is. Chopped apples, raisins, candied citrus peel, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, orange zest, and a splash of brandy. Mm. So there's no meat in it.
Ah.
So it's not savory.
Tricky title.
That is true.
Confusing.
Very confusing. But I would try it.
And that's the funny thing. We bonded over that. Like, I was really surprised. So after that, we went out a few times in December. We drove around, looking at lights. We went and saw Wicked, which I thought was huge.
But what have you texted her after all of this? It sounds great. And what is she not responding to?
Well, she's just saying that she's, like, I texted her wanting to know if we could hang out, right? And she's just like, well, I'm too busy, and this week doesn't work, just generic stuff, you know? And, I mean, it is a busy time of the year, but it's just dinner, right? She's got to eat. So I'm just wondering where it went wrong.
It's interesting, though, because, you know, if she wasn't into you at all, she wouldn't be driving around looking at lights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like,
right.
That's something that you do with somebody that you want to spend time with. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's not, you know what I mean? Like she would have blown you off sooner, I feel like. So what happened? Yeah, what's gone wrong?
Well, that's the thing. Like on our last date, the movie, we were talking about New Year's Eve and some cool events that she knew about. So we kind of made plans for that to be our third date. And then I walked her to her car. You know, we met there and we kissed, which I thought went great. But obviously, New Year's Eve came and went with no contact, so something went wrong.
That's interesting. I mean, that's a big deal to not contact about that special night. All right, let's do this. I believe we've got her number. So the back room is going to try and get her on the phone, and we'll just find out. We'll just ask her.
Nice. Thank you, guys. This is great.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Victor there, Costa Mesa, for a second date update. Why did it go so well? And then he gets blown off. Next at Kiss. Seacrest with you, Sisney and Tanya here for a second date update. So let me bring up Victor. We got Julie on the line. Victor, be very quiet. We found her, and we're going to try and find out why she's not getting back to you after you guys met at a Friendsgiving. I mean, already, you know, that's a great way to meet. A friend's mutual connection. It's a holidays. You guys went out over the holidays a little bit. You talked about New Year's Eve plans, and then when it came to New Year's Eve, she didn't respond to you about going out. But you did.
Right.
The last time you had contact with her was at the end of the kiss?
Yeah. My buddies say I messed up the kiss, but I don't think so. Like,
what do your buddies know about the kiss?
Yeah, wow.
How did you mess it up?
I'll get some details.
Yeah, like I thought it went great. You know, we just got together. We slowly went into it, hugged, and then just kissed a few times. But I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. If that's true, I need to know.
All right, hang on, Victor. We will ask a lot of questions here while you listen. Don't say anything, but I'm going to bring Julie up now, okay?
Okay.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Hi, good morning. It's Ryan Seacrest. Thank you for agreeing to come on Kiss FM. I've got Sisney and Tanya here. You're on the air.
Hey.
Hey.
We're calling you about a guy that you met named Victor. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, what about him?
You tell me. How is Victor?
I mean, he's cool. We went on a couple dates recently. He's fine.
Yeah. And how were the dates? Tell me about them.
They were cool. They were fine.
Mm-hmm.
Anything special or romantic or attractive about Victor?
Yeah, I mean, he's really sweet. He is really very sweet. Yeah, he's, we met through some mutual friends, and he's very into Christmas.
Oh yeah, me too. I love it. I'm so sad it's over.
Yeah.
And how did the last date go? How'd you guys leave it?
Well, we went to a movie, and he kind of brought up like New Year's Eve or whatever, but then I don't know. I got a vibe that he's a little too into Christmas for my blood.
Really? Somebody can be too into Christmas? That's a turnoff?
I've heard this happen before.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm offended.
I know you would think, but it's a little. No. It was like borderline obsessive.
But
like Buddy the Elf vibes?
Like kind of Buddy the Elf vibes. Like he's an antler guy.
He's an antler guy. What does that mean?
Or like reindeer antlers? He wears
like puts the
antlers?
antlers on the car?
Exactly. He has the antlers on the car. And the nose.
Okay, I like
the
it.
Rudolph nose.
My kids wanted me to have that on our car, and I was like, no.
Okay, well, you're not fun.
Yeah,
Wait,
I would totally put antlers on my car.
So you blew him off because of that?
Well, I mean, I feel super unfun. I feel the same. I feel like such a Grinch, but like, I'm sorry. I don't want to get picked up in a
You got the ick.
Car.
You got the ick from the antlers.
Let me ask you something.
The ick of no return. Yeah.
How is he at kissing this Victor?
Oh, okay.
Is he a good
he's
kisser?
a good kisser. It was fine. Everything else, I had a nice time. But when I saw him with his full chest walk up to the car with the antlers and the Rudolph nose, maybe that's shallow. I was
charming.
I was mortified. Well,
all right. Well, and so that's why you didn't go out with him again. Would you ever go out with him another time?
Oh, maybe in the off season, right?
Oh my gosh!
No, he might.
But what if he has eyelashes on the front? On the front.
It's the off season right now.
Oh my God! Not eyelashes. I'm sure there's like a lovely little elf who would be thrilled.
Here's the thing: what if it did work out and you guys had a great connection past the antlers? He would be a great dad. To be that excited about Christmas down the road.
Yeah,
and
whoa.
all of that.
You're already having kids with the guy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's not a terrible thing that he's not into it, but I understand that. I don't know what it is about being single and having the antlers. It just doesn't do it for me either.
Let me bring Victor in here. Victor is listening to this conversation. He's on the line. Victor, does this explain it? And how do you feel about what Julie is saying?
Oh, man. Julie, I have an explanation for that. Hi, Julie.
Hi. Sorry.
Okay, what's the explanation?
Well, that's for my nephew. He's 3, and his dad isn't really in the picture, and he was begging his mom to get Rudolph ears, as he calls them, for her car.
See?
And she was like, "Ask your uncle." So I did it for him.
Now we all feel terrible.
Now you're a bad person, Sissany, for not liking it. And Julie, how do you feel? Because I melt with
agree
this.
that it should have a kid involved.
I melt. Julie, he sounds like a good guy. I'm telling you, it's not easy out there.
Yeah, especially if the kiss was good.
Yeah, and Victor, good news. You're great at kissing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good, right? So, Julie, after this explanation, we have to move on here, but would you like to go out with Victor again?
Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry. I feel like a monster. And yeah, I would be really down too if you're down.
That's awesome, Julie. I don't think you're a monster. I think you're the prettiest girl I've ever seen, and I'd love to spend more time with you.
And candy cane kisses everywhere. Okay, we're going to get out of here. You guys enjoy. It's a happy ending to a second date update. That dude, it just made me like him more and more the more he talked.
Did you just drink your coffee out of a straw?